मैं स्मैली कैट हूँ, ये मेरी asylum है और यहाँ पे रिव्यू हो रही है। Hello people, my name is Nixon Dias and you're watching Smelly Cat, and today's video is about an alternative to Roja's Elysium from Projekt Alternative, and it's called Asylum. Now before we move on, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do so now. I guarantee you that it is absolutely free. Done? Alright, on to the video. Now for those who don't know about Projekt Alternative, this house is from India and it is owned by Mohit Khatri, who also goes by the name of Perfumologist. Now Mohit has a couple of projects running. One of them is Projekt Alternatives, where he gets you alternatives of famous fragrances. He also has under the name Perfumologist his own sort of blends and mixes, which I also have a couple of. Another project that he's working on is a more Indian artisanal natural oil based perfume in partnership with a house from the perfume capital of India, Kannauj, which is also the namesake of the brand. Now coming back to Projekt Alternative, which like I mentioned is his alternatives brand, and he sent me a couple of them, one of them being Asylum, which like I said is a Roja Elysium clone. Now before I go on, I want to take this moment to apologize quite profusely, I must add, to my sister Nancy Dias, because she actually quite sweetly gifted me Roja's Elysium for my wedding, and this was a couple of years back when I was getting married, I left it at the hotel room that I was staying in, and then I took a flight and went to Dubai, and then I never saw that bottle again. I wore it for a couple of days and then just left it in the hotel room along with 2 or 3 other of my fragrances. So Nancy, if you're watching this, I'm extremely sorry. You're the best sister in the world and I'm absolutely the worst brother anyone could have. And no, you did not, definitely did not tell me to say this on camera. But guys, honestly, if you could just tell her in the comments what a wonderful sister she is, and that you guys wish that everyone in the world had a sister like her, it would make her feel better. Now it hurts. Yes, it does, losing such an expensive and amazing perfume in a couple of days, even though I didn't pay for it. So every time I could smell it on someone, every time there was a mention of it, every time I saw a post on Instagram, it really hurt and I felt really bad. So I went ahead and got this one. It's from a local house here in the UAE, from Sharjah. It's called Summer Perfumes and they make clones, although this one is very strong. I don't know if you can see, it's got a lot of oil inside it. I don't know if they've gone like 50% oil, but it is very strong and it lasts more than a day on me. However, that also makes it very harsh. There's an overload of like an ambroxan feel with this one. And what I have to do is whenever I wear this, which I have not worn a lot of because like a couple of sprays are more than enough, I have to wear it away from my face. So I don't put it around my neck, I wear it on my wrist or my the inside of my elbows because it gets so overpowering. But people around me just seem to love it. I just wish that I could love it as much as they did. It's just too harsh for me. Now Mohit was kind enough to send this one to me, and I must say that he has got his hands on some decent quality oil to create this one, because it does feel pretty close to what I remember the original to be like. And Nancy, I'm sorry, you should have just bought me this one instead. The bottle is actually standard stuff. It comes in a hard case. I don't know where I left it. It's somewhere around my house. I'm really sorry I can't show you, but what I love most is, even though it's a standard bottle, standard wooden cap, nothing too fancy, I actually love the color of the bottle. It's a beautiful blue, and they have this nice matte finished blue brushed coating on it. I'm really sorry I have bad lighting on, so I just wish I could show you how good the bottle looks. I'm trying, but honestly the camera and the light is not doing it justice at the moment. For those who always ask me, here is how it sprays. It has a nice long sort of sprayer. Now the scent itself doesn't need any introduction, right? It is a citrus woody, mildly spiced, slightly green, musky fragrance. Similar to the original, this one also has a nice lemon, lime, grapefruit-like opening. I do feel that this one has a tad bit more of the grapefruit feel in it, giving it a nice, sour, bitter sort of feeling that I quite enjoy. Now the original also has a nice sweet flavored gin sort of vibe, thanks to the mix of blackcurrant and juniper. That I find missing in this one. From what I know, this one doesn't have pepper listed as a note, as an official note. However, I do get some sort of a pink pepper or a slight spicy vibe from this as well. Now once it settles, I was expecting to get that vanilla, leather and ambergris like dry down that you get in the original. There is vanilla and there is a musky feel from the ambergris. However, there is absolutely no, at least my nose doesn't detect any leather from this. So what it does is it seems slightly less drier than what the original's dry down is. Overall, it feels very casual, very cool, very common. It is more playful than professional. However, I think it does make for a very good work scent if you're not really in a suit and tie like me. I wear casual stuff to work, and it worked perfectly for me as a work scent. I hope I've given you a fair idea of what this smells like in terms of how close it is to the original and what are the minor differences in it. So let's move on to how this performs. I was expecting a lot from the performance of this, and it is in no way the scent's fault or Mohit's fault. It's just that people who had reviewed it earlier, sort of hyped it up, saying that it is Elysium on steroids, that it is beast mode, and I don't know about batch codes on this one, if they are different batches. Mine says made in UAE, so maybe I just have a newer batch or an older batch. But for me, it doesn't really sort of perform that well. Coming to the longevity, I get around 4 to 5 hours at max on this one. And if I had to talk about the sillage, I would say it is good at around a couple of feet around you, and it is best in the first hour or so. The number of sprays that I found myself wearing of this one was around 7 to 8, because when you actually wear it first, it does seem like, it's pretty strong, but it does take a nosedive somewhere after a couple of hours, and then it becomes a skin scent pretty soon. So yeah, you can carry it with you and make sure that you reapply. Best time to wear it would be spring and summer, there's no doubt about that. I would say that if it was slightly drier like the original, had slightly more of that leather feel, then it would also be good in, say, fall and maybe even winter. But this one at the moment, I would say, is a no-brainer. It's a dumb reach for summer and spring. Coming to the compliments factor, extremely high. If you haven't seen my video on my most complimented scents of 2020, then do check it out, because I think I had put this as a worthy mention. So to sum it up, pretty good overall, mass appealing scent. You will get compliments. There's absolutely no offensive notes in this, but it's just not the beast that some people said it would be. So if you go in expecting that, you will not get it with this one. But if you just go for the scent itself, I think they've done a pretty amazing job with it. and honestly it is a freshie, so don't expect too much. 4 to 5 hours, I think it does really well, and I would say carry it with you if you have a long day in office. Carry it along with you. I don't think you need a decant, it's pretty small. Carry it, reapply, and you'll enjoy it. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I know I'm saying it again, but if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and until next time, keep smelling amazing.